thank you for joining me for today's practice. So today's practice will be a little bit of a flow, and then we'll focus on a bit of core strengthening work. And we're going to start standing. And also, if you do have a block, it'd be really great if you could grab that and just have it nearby. If you don't have a block, you can still do it without it as well. So let's come up to the top of the mat, and we'll just start with the feet hip distance apart and bringing the palms of hands together in front of the chest, letting the elbows drop down, letting the eyes close down. Just feeling the weight drop down into the soles of the feet. Just having a sense of the soles of the feet spreading, toes long, and then starting to draw the energy up the legs, all the way up through both sides of the waist, and up and out through the crown of the head. Just making sure that you're not locking out the knees. So it's just a tiny little bend, so there's a little bit of movement shifting from forward and back or side to side when the knees aren't locked out. Following the breathing in and out through the nose. Just making this space to be here with yourself, with your breath and your body. It's the last few moments in stillness. And then let's open the eyes, release the arms down by your side, turn the palms to face forward, pressing down through the feet, reach up through those arms, taking an inhale, look up towards the thumbs, and then as you exhale, folding forward through the knees, coming down into just a very soft Uttanasana, keeping the knees as bent as you need to, letting the head relax down, hands a bit further in front so you can straighten one leg and straighten the other. And this is somewhere you could also be up on your block as well if you want a little bit more height. And just shifting side to side as you bend through the knees. Starting to open up through the backs of the legs, bringing some movement into the lower back. And then bending through both knees, dropping the hips down, take a spine roll to come all the way back up, taking the arms out to the side, inhaling, looking towards the thumbs, exhale, forward fold, feeling free to bend the knees here if you need to, otherwise keeping them almost straight, relax the head, take an inhale into your halfway lift, hands can stay down or onto the shins, exhale, fold, bend through the knees, take a spine roll to come up again, inhaling, taking the arms up, looking towards the thumbs, and then exhale, forward fold. Relax the head. Inhale into your halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, take a spine roll to come up. And let's just keep the arms down by your side, bringing the feet together side by side into your Tadasana position. Turn the palms to face forward, drop the tailbone down, and then take an inhale, reach the arms up, looking towards the thumbs, and then exhale, Uttanasana, folding forward. Relax the head. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, step back into your plank position. Crown of the head reaching forward. So taking a couple of breaths in your plank, try to press the backs of the thighs up towards the ceiling. Sternum reaching forward. Strong through those legs, so straighten them as much as you can. Take one more inhale. Come down to the knees, and then let's lower all the way down onto the belly. Tops of the feet pressing down, lift the kneecaps off, draw those hands back, coming up into your baby cobra. So squeeze those elbows in, and testing, lifting those hands off. You can place them back down. A little bit of weight into those hands, but mostly strength through the legs, the lower back. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, press into your tabletop, and then tuck the toes under, down facing dog. Let's take 5 full breaths here. And you can feel free to pedal out through the feet or do anything that you like to do in your down dog, or option to just hold stillness. Steady gaze with the eyes. Try to lengthen out through both sides of the waist. Pressing down through the inside edges of the hands. And taking one more inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, softening through the knees, look forward towards the hands, stepping one foot forward and then the other foot forward. Take an inhale into your halfway lift, draw the navel in, and then exhale, fold. Press down through the feet to take the arms out to the side, inhaling, looking up towards the thumbs, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Stepping back into your plank position. Option for chaturanga and up facing dog if you feel ready, otherwise just down to the knees and cobra, inhaling. Exhale, elbows press back, shifting the weight slightly forward, lift through the belly, inhaling, press down through the inside edges of the feet, and then exhale, back into down facing dog. Steady the gaze. Long breaths in and out through the nose. Softening through the knees, lifting the heels up, look forward towards the hands and stepping one foot forward, other foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Take the arms out to the side, coming up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana, inhaling, and then exhale, forward fold. Relax the head. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, stepping back into your plank position. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, option to lift those eyes. Exhale, Ardha Mukha, down facing dog. Just 3 breaths, holding here. So a little change now, so just continuing, just a little bit of a warm up. Looking forward towards the hands, step the right foot forward in between the hands. So you're coming into your sprinter's lunge, come onto the fingertips, take an inhale, press the back of that left thigh up towards the ceiling, sternum reaching forward, and then plant the hands down, step back into down facing dog. Lift through the belly, step that left foot forward, coming onto the fingertips, press the back of the right thigh up towards the ceiling, sternum forward, and then down facing dog. Step the right foot forward, inhale, exhaling, down facing dog. Step the left foot forward, inhale, exhale, down dog. So we're going to continue alternating, stepping one foot forward and then the other. So take your own time, try to step that front foot as far forward as you can. Lift through the belly as you step it forward. Noticing that bit of heat that's starting to really rise now. Feel free to stay your own pace, otherwise go a little bit quicker for the last 8. Inhale, exhale back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down facing dog. Slow down the breathing. Notice the increase in your heart rate. And just paying particular attention to the exhale. Trying to slow that down. looking forward towards the hands, stepping one foot forward, other foot forward, relax the head down. Just taking a couple of breaths in your Uttanasana. You can just let the hands relax in front of you. Feel free to separate the feet slightly if that feels more comfortable. Back of the neck relax. Taking one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Coming back onto the fingertips. Take an inhale into your halfway lift. Feet come back together if they're separated. As you exhale, folding down, and then bend the knees, come into your Utkatasana. Take those arms up, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then from here, we're going to keep sitting the hips down. You might need to use your hands, but if you can, try to sit down all the way without the hands. So all the way down, all the way down. Let the hips come down, and as soon as the hips come down, coming into your Navasana, Ardha Navasana, your half one. Shoulders relax. Trying to squeeze those inner thighs together. Lift up out of the lower back. Keep breathing. Sending the gaze towards the toes. Option here to take those legs up straight if you'd like to. If you can, keep breathing. Just 3 more breaths. And then let's place the feet back down. Soles of the feet come together. Just bring the heels a little bit closer in if possible. You're using your hands to open up the feet. Take an inhale, lengthen up. And then as you exhale, starting to come forward, you can bring your hands onto the mat. That's a bit more comfortable. And taking a couple of breaths here. Just allowing the shoulders to relax. A little bit of pressure through the soles of the feet, or the outside edge of the feet in particular. And then let's take an inhale, coming back up. Bring the legs up and have your block now. Place it beside you and come down onto your back. So feet hip distance apart. Grab your block. Pop the block lengthways in between the thighs and not sideways like this. So have it on the thinnest part and long in between the thighs. A little bit of space between the lower back and the mat. And then from here, squeeze the block and then lift the feet off a couple of inches, keeping the feet flexed. If you don't have your block, you just try to squeeze the legs together. Just taking an inhale. As you exhale, lifting the head and shoulders off, reach the fingertips forward, palms are facing in, and just holding it here. Keeping a bit of space between the chin and the chest, looking just above the knees. With each exhale, try to lift those shoulder blades a tiny bit further off. Keep breathing. You've got this. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, come up a little bit higher and then place the feet down. Relax the arms, relax the head. Just take a little moment. We're going to repeat that. So squeeze the block. Lift the feet off a couple inches. So not too high, just only a couple inches off the ground. Taking an inhale. Exhale to lift the head and shoulders off. Reach the fingertips forward. Energetically imagining those two frontal hip bones drawing in towards one another. Keep squeezing the block. Keep breathing. For 3, for 2. Take one more inhale. Come up a little bit higher. And then releasing all the way down. Release those arms, palms facing up. And just taking a breath here. We're going to do that one more time. And then last time. So squeeze the block. Lift the feet off a couple inches. Taking an inhale. Exhale to lift the head and shoulders off. Reaching the fingertips forward. Try to draw the belly button in. Keep squeezing the block. Find the breath. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, lift up a little bit higher. And then inhale to release it back down. Release the arms down. Just grab your block. Pop it out of the way. And then from here, bring the legs up to your tabletop position. So knees over the hips. Take the arms out to the side.
Keep the knees squeezing together, palms facing down, up at shoulder height. Taking an inhale, as you exhale, bring the knees halfway down to the right, but try not to let the left knee slide back. Left shoulder blade stays down, and then inhaling back up through center, and then exhale, going over to the left. Try not to let that left knee, that right knee slide back, and then inhale back up through center. Exhale over to the right, left knee stays together with the right, and then inhale center, and then exhale over to the left, halfway down, right knee stays together with the left, inhale center, and again over to the right, exhaling, and then inhale, and then exhaling, right shoulder blade down, and then inhaling up. One more time, right and left, to the right, center, to the left, center. And then let's place the feet back down for a moment, arms down by your side. Let's take a breath, letting the lower back just settle back down. Take the legs straight up towards the ceiling. And if this is not available, you can keep the knees slightly bent, or if you really just feel like tabletop is enough for you, then just go with your tabletop. If possible, legs are straight, reaching the heels up, arms down by your side. Letting the lower belly fall back in towards the spine, particularly on that exhale. Take an inhale. As you exhale, release the right leg down, just off the mat, and then inhaling back up. Exhale, release the left leg down, and inhaling back up. Right leg releasing just off the mat, and coming back up, and left leg releasing just off, and coming back up. Keep going. Option to lift the head and shoulders off, reaching the fingertips forward if that's available for you. Keep using the breath. Try not to speed up as we keep going, so keep the pace steady. Steady as you lower and steady as you lift. Keep lifting those shoulder blades off, drawing the belly button in. And stay connected to your breathing. We've got 6 more. So 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring the knees in. Relax the head and shoulders down. Placing the feet down on the mat. And option to just have the legs long, or if you'd like to, soles of the feet together, arms by your side, palms facing up, closing down the eyes. Just taking a few deeper breaths now. And then bringing the knees back up towards the ceiling. Bring the knees in towards the chest, hands behind the thighs, rocking yourself up to a seated position. Crossing the legs, coming over into your plank position, but we're going to take our forearm plank. So some of you might want to do this down on the knees, so make sure the knees are not right underneath you, so you want to go for your longer position and then down onto the forearms, elbows and hands shoulder distance apart. If you can, bring those knees off, sternum reaching forward, bring the feet together side by side. Try to press down through the palms of the hands, squeeze those inner thighs together, find the breath. Try to soften through the face. Keep lifting the front of the body away from the mat without lifting those hips up so much. Keep the hips in line with the shoulders as much as you can. And we've got 5 more full breaths. And then let's release those knees down, release the feet down, separate the feet hip distance apart. And then just coming into your Sphinx. So you could stay down on your forearms. If you can, take those hands a bit further away and we'll just come up higher into a variation of our cobra. It's more of like a seal because the arms are a bit wider. Relax the shoulders down, lengthen up through the front of the body. Feel free to close down the eyes. Staying just a little bit active for those legs, but try to release the top part of the glutes so we're not cramping and contracting too much into the lower back, even though there's that bit of compression through the spine. Go 2 more full breaths. And then rolling yourself 1 vertebra at a time all the way down. And then take the hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself back towards the feet and tuck the toes under, come into down facing dog. Just taking a breath in your down dog. Stepping the right foot forward towards the hands, dropping that left knee down, release the back toes. Let's walk this right foot out to the side so both hands are to the inside of that right leg. Feeling free to stay here, come down to the forearms. Otherwise, bringing that left foot in towards the bottom, holding the inside edge of that left foot, and then turning that right shoulder to face the top of the mat. And you could stay here, or if it's available, maybe coming down onto that left forearm. It's easy breathing. And then very gently releasing that back foot. So try not to slingshot it, and then bringing both hands back up and stepping back into your down facing dog. And we'll swap it over, stepping that left foot forward, come down to that right knee, release the back toes, both hands to the inside of that left foot. Just taking your variation here on the hands, the forearms, or bringing that right foot in, reaching back, holding the inside of that right foot. Try to turn the left shoulder back towards the front of the mat, and then option to drop down onto that right forearm as well. Trying to release the hips down towards the mat. And then very gently releasing that back foot. Coming back up onto the hands, tucking the back toes under, and let's come to a seated position. So bring that right leg forward, coming to your seat, extending both legs out long in front of you. We're going to lie down onto our back, taking an inhale, reach those arms up. As you exhale, draw the navel in and rolling down 1 vertebra at a time. Keep pressing down through the backs of the legs. And then let's just, before we finish, let's take our figure 4. So taking that right ankle on top of the left thigh, thread the right hand through the center, holding the front of the shin if you can, or otherwise back of the thigh. Pressing that right knee away from the right shoulder as you try to squeeze the legs in. Relax the shoulders down, closing down the eyes if that's comfortable. Just taking 1 more inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the legs in a little bit more. Keep that pelvis, back of the pelvis pressing down, and then releasing that. And we'll swap it over. So placing that left ankle on top of the right thigh, left hand through the center, holding the front of the shin if you can. Keeping that left foot flexed, left knee pointing away from the left shoulder. Just deep, easy breathing. One more inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the legs in a little bit more. And then let's release that all the way down, extending the legs out long. Arms a bit away from the body. Just letting the feet fall away from one another. Lifting the shoulders up, sliding the shoulder blades down a little bit as you place them back down. Just allowing the whole body to soften with each exhale. And the face, little muscles around the eyes, the jaw, back of the throat, shoulders, belly, and the whole front side of the body, and the whole back side of the body. Just the whole body together. Just completely letting go, resting here for the next few minutes. Just feeling free to stay here for as long as you need to. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Namaste.